Hey everybody, I'm Brandon from Naked and Famous Denim, and I'm here today to show you our Fall/Winter 2025 collection, which is right here behind me. And now we've been in business for 17 years, so this next season, which we're showing you, the Fall/Winter 2025 collection, is our 35th season ever. So let's get into it. We're starting off here with the new Kawataro Selvedge. Kawataro is the name of a Japanese god, and he's a little bit green, and he's a little bit mysterious and a little bit naughty, just like this denim. So it's a little bit slubby, it's a little bit beautiful. You got 14.5-ounce denim. Look at that beautiful green cast. That's why we named it the Kawataro, because it has this green, amazing monster. There's so much funny stuff related to this monster. He sometimes goes in and steals your soul through your butt. So we think he's pretty funny, and we like funny stuff. And you see here, we've got this pink Selvedge edge as well. Right hand twill, beautiful slub characteristics. The leather patch on these, which I'll show you on the jean, this is the denim jacket, of course. And when you look at it on the jean version, you can see it's a beautiful pull-up leather. It's called Raging Kong, and you can pull up on it and it'll fade and age. That's why we love denim, and that's why we love leather. The two materials that the more you beat the crap out of them, the more beautiful they get. We do antique copper riveting on these, and you can check online to see, or check on our line sheets, to see which fits this one comes in, but it's really beautiful. If you know our Japan Heritage series that we've repeated a bunch of times over the years, this is basically the same thing but with a green cast version and named after the fun Japanese god Kawataro. So here next is another Japanese god. We're going 2 for 2 on Japanese monsters, and this one is called the Yatagarasu. And the Yatagarasu is a 3-legged crow, and he's black and he's dark, just like this denim. It's 15-ounce, it's tough, it has a nice slub characteristic, not as slubby as the Kawataro, but has a really beautiful short slub characteristic too, a little bit hairy, really beautiful denim. Also has the clean white and pink Selvedge edge. This one clocks in at 15 ounces per square yard. We have a custom leather patch with that Yatagarasu. You'll notice that he kind of looks like a crow with 3 legs. This artwork is done by an amazing Canadian artist named Jackie Oakley, and it's done in natural vegetable tan leather, so it will also fade and become beautiful the more you use it, the more you beat the crap out of it. We do tone-on-tone stitching on this one, and black non-reflective buttons. Check it out. Next up, we have the Max Brush Selvedge, and it's really, as you can picture it, it is a denim that is brushed on the outside. On the inside, we keep it really clean, but also what you'll notice on the inside is that it is a broken twill construction. This one is 13.75 ounces per square yard, and you might recognize that weight from our left-hand twill denim, and yes, that's exactly what this is. We basically took our left-hand twill denim, we made it into a broken twill. You can even see that little same Selvedge edge kind of ID mark that we have on the left-hand twill, because that is a favorite, that is one of our best-selling, or perhaps our flagship beater upper jean. And so here what we did is we changed it to broken twill so that you don't see a diagonal twill line after the brushing. You just see the beautiful brushing and dark indigo texture. And so what they do is they scratch up the denim in one direction with kind of a big scratching tool. This is all done by machine, of course, not by hand. And then they brush in the opposite direction to get this really beautiful texture. So a really nice, cozy fall-winter collection jean. And then we did a suede furry patch to go with it. So the patch is also nice and soft and easy. We do it a nice chocolatey dark brown. Next up, we have this one, which is kind of our what if denim. This is our imagination gone wild, a little bit of history playing into this one. And first of all, you'll notice that it is a little bit kind of softer, and that is because we buy this denim in raw form, and we buy it in Kibata loom state form, and then we do a rinse on it on the fabric in Japan. And this fabric is a Sea Island cotton, specifically an American Sea Island cotton denim. Check out the Selvedge over there, nice and clean and simple. This one is 12 ounces per square yard, but what's really special is the cotton, and what's really special is the history of the cotton. Because this Sea Island cotton was originally grown in the West Indies. They've been growing it since the 1600s, and it's this amazing extra long staple cotton that is super long, that is super strong, super soft. It's even said to rival Giza denim, Giza cotton and Suvin cotton and all these beautiful other cottons, even Supima cotton from America. And it has a much longer staple and is stronger and softer, but the history is really fascinating. Like I said, they've been growing it since the 1600s, and basically the British royalty got their hands on this denim and on this cotton, and they were using it, they were loving it, and they were kind of keeping it a secret. But in the 1800s, the Americans got their hands on it, and they brought them to the American colonies in the Caribbean. Later in the 1920s, the area was hit with a terrible pestilence, and almost all of the crop was lost. So basically in 2015 or so, they started to redevelop it. They found seeds from a seed vault. They brought it to America, into the Texas and what's called New Mexico region. They grow it there now, and since 2017 they've commercialized it, and a few people have got their hands on it, including us, including some amazing mills in Japan, and we're proud to have this fabric with us today. Now, so this is basically the American-grown version of what was originally grown in the West Indies, but they have DNA tested it to see that it is the same strain, it is the same famous stuff that the British royalty used to use in the 1600s. And what's for us, we just think that it's so cool to imagine what would happen in the 1920s, and that is why the mill did their research and they found basically old 1920s denim and they reproduced it with this cotton. So imagine those old producers back in the day would have made a denim in the 1920s. This is what it would have been like. We decided to match it, since it's kind of like a little bit of a heritage revival fabric and story. We decided to do a paper patch, since they were not using leather patches back then, and so we do this unrippable paper patch and an antique copper hardware on this jean. So that one is pretty fun. It's really about the cotton and it's quite special. Here next we have a little bit of an intro denim, which is called our gateway denim. We call it that because it's funny to call it our gateway drug, and basically it's the denim that you want to sink your teeth into first, maybe before you get into other stuff, because it still has the texture of a raw denim, and of course it is a raw denim, but it has 2% stretch. So of course we do other stretch selvages in our core collection, but this one is new and it's grittier and it's tougher and it's rough. So you have the full feel of 100% cotton denim, and you have the full fading effects of 100% cotton denim, but after you wear it, after you wash it, after you live with these for a bunch of weeks and months and years, they soften up and they become this amazing denim with that little bit of stretch that makes it comfortable right away. They also break in a little bit faster because they have that stretch in it. So there's 2% elastane in this jean, and that is why we call it the Gateway Selvedge at 14 ounces per square yard. It's a really nice way to get guys into selvedge denim, but giving them a little bit of comfort at the same time. Then next we have this, which is also a really beautiful cotton. So you have a second little gift for the cotton nerds out there, which of whom we love so much. And this is our Fox Fiber by Fox Fiber denim. So we have done a few different iterations of Fox Fiber stuff over the years, but we wanted to go a little bit more extreme, we wanted to go a little bit more special, and this time finally use it on the warp. So many times in the past we've used it on the weft, we've done like a cream by Fox Fiber, we've done indigo by Fox Fiber, of course. Here we have a brown by brown Fox Fiber by Fox Fiber. And for those of you who don't know, Fox Fiber is a beautiful cotton created by a lovely lady named Sally Fox, and she grows naturally grown, organically grown, pesticide-free cotton that are colored cottons. And she has worked painstakingly for many years and developed this process, and it's quite amazing and it's quite interesting, and this is the first time ever that we're using it on the warp and on the weft directions. Here we keep the selvage edge really simple because we want to focus all about the denim, so we just do a white and Fox Fiber selvage edge. Otherwise, we keep it with the normal tin buttons, we keep it with tone-on-tone stitching, and we did a 5-ounce natural vegetable tan leather patch, which will also become more brown the more you beat the crap out of it, the more that your hand oils and the sun and all that stuff get all over it. So we think that's pretty fun. And of course, you see you have it in the denim jacket too. Why not be a super nerd and wear them both at the same time? Just like Garrett will, who's standing behind the camera. Next up, also for the lovers of heavy denim, of course, we have to have an elephant series. And here is our newest elephant, the Elephant 14. And this is a 20-ounce denim. It is basically a marriage between one of our most favorite core collections and the elephant collection. So basically we took the dirty fade denim, and instead of being at 14 and a half ounce, we pumped it up to 20 ounce. And we have this beastly jean as a result, or denim jacket as a result. Of course, we have it in the jeans too, which we can show you right here. And we did a 10-ounce natural vegetable tan leather patch with it as well. The selvage edge is a red and white kind of reverse effect over there, but you can see it's nice and meaty and beefy, and boy oh boy, I'm excited to see this one fade. It is nice and crunchy and is sure to give amazing fades, as well as the leather patch will too. So yeah, please check that out. The beautiful part about the dirty fade is kind of that it is made with a cotton that is a little bit beigey to start. So as you beat the crap out of the denim, you'll see a little bit of of beige come out. It's not like a brown core or like a red core like that you've seen where you beat it up and it turns like to kind of red color, but you get a little bit of a dirtyish fading effect, which you can see here on a pair of the regular dirty fade, and perhaps it's hard in these bright lights, but you can see a little bit of dirtyish fade going on through. Now, a bit of the opposite of that, we have a white denim. And I thought it would be amazing to have a really nice Arctic white, so we call this one the Iceberg White. It is not just a white denim, but it's a 15-ounce white by white denim. So you have white on the warp, you have white on the weft, you got a nice clean red, white, red Selvedge edge. And I think it's really neat because sometimes when you get white jeans, they're a little bit too thin, a little bit too loose, and this one is a little bit crunchier. It's still, of course, soft. It's still a really beautiful 100% cotton, but you get a little bit more meat to the bone because you have 15-ounce denim, and so you'll have a really nice stacking effect with it rather than having a very droopy white jean. So a little bit more body, and I think that makes it quite unique and quite fun. It'll be really nice and fun to style for the fall-winter season. Then we pair it with a really clean 5-ounce natural vegetable tan leather patch, which of course, as you know, will age really nicely over time. Following that, we have the Dia de los Muertos denim. So this is the next iteration. We did it last year and it was really quite beloved, so we decided to do it again. And the denim over here is a 12-ounce or 12.5-ounce per square yard denim. We have the Mexican blanket Selvedge edge here, which is really beautiful. The fans really liked this last season, so we're bringing it back. And of course, importantly, the cotton is 100% Mexican upland cotton. So all Mexican cotton for the Mexican Day of the Dead denim. We have custom artwork here with the wolf helping to carry along the dead into the afterlife. You have some agave plants over there. You have our logo. This was all done by Mexican artists from Mexico City as well. And you can see here on the exposed Selvedge coin pocket the same Selvedge edge detail. So we're excited for those, and they will be out before the next Dia de los Muertos, the next fall. Finally here we have something that is very exciting for a lot of people. While I am not a coffee drinker myself, I know so many people of you are and have been waiting for this denim for a long time, and it is our coffee dyed weft denim. I'm super excited for these. We use a special medium roast and it's all done in Japan. They use real coffee to do the weft dye. So the warp is indigo, like so many of our jeans, and then the weft is done in a real coffee dye, which we think is pretty damn cool. We did the Selvedge edge in coffee red coffee as well. It looks really neat, and I mean, even if you're not a cuff flipper, you kind of see that really warm toned brownness pop through. So I'm quite excited for these. Please don't drink the jeans, but we have a nice, simple, kind of like cafe au lait colored leather patch to go with it, along with the matching contrast stitching. So I'm quite excited for those. Garrett, please don't drink the jeans. Yeah, that's all the denim for the new collection. Now on to some of the really interesting twills that we have. The first one being this indigo dyed corduroy. It's a really beautiful to the touch. We've got two different colors, which I'll pull out now. And so we have this mid blue and we have the pale blue. Look how handsome and amazing these are. Kind of reminds me of a 1970s color. And you have it in our zip jacket over here. But of course, we have it in the chore coat too. Which you can see over here. It's got a really beautiful touch to it. It is rinse washed also in Japan. We don't rinse wash the garment, but the fabric itself is bleached and rinsed in Japan. So you get this really soft effect. It's gonna fall super nicely on the shoulders. We paired it with an English tan leather patch for a little bit of contrast, and I'm quite excited for these guys. We do offer it in a pant as well, though I don't have the sample. We are doing a pleated trouser in it, which is going to be really handsome. And if you're a super nerd like Garrett, you can wear them both together. Sorry for making fun of you so much, Garrett. No, he loves it.
I am a super nerd.
He's a super nerd and he loves it. Speaking of the pleated trouser, I'll show you the body of it now, which does come in this pale blue version, but it also comes in this really nice simple rinsed 10-ounce indigo denim. And we pair it with a blue patch. And you can see that this one is just about 10 ounces per square yard. We do zip fly on it. You have a pleated front. You have slash pocket sides. We do keep a traditional denim back as we are a denim company. So you have the regular denim pocketed back. You have a straight fit over here, so not a skinny leg at all, not too wide, but pretty straight and simple, very manly and very casual, but can also be dressed up as well. And at 10 ounces per square yard, it's light and easy and just a nice, simple, you can wear it to work, you can wear it to a party. And so I'm quite excited for this body. You'll see more and more in the future out of this pleated trouser from us. After that, we have this last fabric over here. And okay, oh, someone's phone is ringing in the background, but that's okay. And so you have the Indigo Sugiaya fabric. I'm quite excited for this too, and we also have this fabric rinsed before we bring it in from Japan. We paired it with black button, but yeah, so we call it the Sugiaya because it's basically how you say herringbone, and so it's this big, thick herringbone texture. From far, you don't really see that it's herringbone. You just see the texture itself. But look at all these little blues that are going to come out. The more you wear it, the more you wash it, the more you beat the crap out of it. I'm very excited about this fabric. It has a really nice soft hand feel, but at 12 ounces per square yard, it has the perfect meatiness to it. Not too heavy, not too light. The leather patch is also very exciting, and you can see a little bit of it here. It is a Horween patch, which is from the Horween Tannery. The Horween Tannery is a really famous tannery in Chicago. It was founded in 1905. They make a famous line of leather called the Chrome XL leather. This one is called their famous Cavalier ink Chrome XL leather, and it is used to make boots. It's used to make all kinds of special things. If you're a leather nerd, you know about this leather already, and so we're quite proud to have it on this Indigo collection right here. We also have it in the chore coat, as you can see. We have it as well in the kimono. We do a contrast white Sugiaya fabric as well. So it's the same fabric as the outside, just a white. Give a little bit of contrast. I think that makes it quite special. This, as you know, the kimono is a tie closure. Almost can be worn like a smoking jacket. Then we have it as well in the jeans too. So you can see it here, that same amazing, like look how beautiful this patch is. It's so oily and waxy. It's also a pull-up leather, so you can see as you pull it up, it'll start to change colors and beat up and fade really beautifully. You see it here as well in that pleated trouser that I was talking about before. So yeah, I'm very excited for that new fit, especially since it's not skinny. It's maybe even a little bit on the wider side, not as wide as the strong guy, but this type of fit getting more and more popular, so I'm quite excited for it. And that is all of the denim and the bottoms and the jackets. Let's show you the shirts. All right, so fall winter 2025 shirts. We're gonna start by showing you all the True Shirts. The True Shirts is our new fit, and it's what I'm wearing right here. I'm very excited for it. It's super comfy, it's super easy, nice and manly. And let's show you what we got. So first here, we got the faded brushed flannel, and it's really flowy. Like, check out that fabric. It's super soft and easy. It's brushed on the exterior and on the interior, so you got super comfort on both sides. It's a really luxurious fabric. We pair it with our ivory buttons. Next up, we have our 3 soft twills, and it's exactly like it sounds, just an easy soft twill, really simple basics. So we have the pale gray here, which you can see is a heathered yarn, has lots of grays in it. This is the stuff that I wear the most. I love the simple stuff. We pair it with the ivory buttons. We have it also in this beautiful beige color. It's really rich and nice. It'll match well with the coffee dye jeans that we have, a very similar tone to the weft of that jean, also with the ivory buttons. Finally, we have the brown, continuing with this nice fall colorway, also with the ivory buttons, tone-on-tone thread, and a nice, super soft, easy brown shirt. After that, we've got these 2 slub shirts, and of course we love slubby denim, so why would we not love slubby shirts too? So that's what we've got here. We have a short slub yarn, and so there's got really beautiful texture to it. It's something that's gonna be nice to beat up and wear quite often. We pair it with the brown tortoise button, and we have a really beautiful, easy flannel from there. Of course, Japanese fabric as always. And then we have this green and yellow, almost kind of citrusy colorway, but still very fall. And of course, the short slub texture really has a nice, good hand feel to it. Something that's a little bit meatier and I want to say crunchier, but it's not crunchy because it's still 100% cotton. It's still quite soft, but it has a little bit more substance to it. Then after that, we have the 3 silk shirtings. You only see 2 here on the rack because I'm wearing the other colorway just for fun. So I'm wearing the black silk blend, so it's silk and cotton. It's actually 42% silk, which is a hell of a lot of silk, making these very luxurious shirts. They fall super nicely. The fabric is really interesting and is quite special. So yeah, I'm very excited for this one. We have the black. We also have it in this beautiful green here. We'll take it out to show. We do the contrast brown buttons to go with that foresty green, and then a nice cream color. You'll see all these little dots. It's the silk coir, and it's something that's a little bit special, and it's gonna wear really nicely. The more you wash, the more you beat it up. It's gonna be like your favorite shirt real fast. Here we have a good combination. This is a bit of a combo of things, I would say, and it is a printed autumn print. So really nice print for the fall, but it is also corduroy and it is also seersucker. So if you look closely at the fabric, you will see here the nip and tuck. So seersucker comes from the Persian words of seer and sakar, which means milk and honey. And so you have kind of the nip and tuck of that milk and honey look, but you also have it combined with a corduroy. It is 100% cotton. Here we have the contrast brown buttons, and the other colorway is this cream. Really beautiful autumn print on it, and again, seersucker and corduroy and printed Japanese fabric. Speaking of corduroy, we have 3 more corduroy shirts. We've got this really nice brown one, so it has a little bit of a sheen to it, but not too much, and also the brown buttons on this one. It's quite soft. It's a little bit lighter than the previous corduroy shirts that I showed you. They'll fall really nicely. I'm super excited for this really unique brown, but also for the 2 dark colorways. You have this one, which is a dark blue and an eggplant color, and then you have the dark and forest green. If you look on the inside or you flip up your cuff, you can see the flannel print in there, or the check print, I should say. And so it kind of comes through a little bit on that corduroy exterior. I'm very excited for these as well. They're special, but also subtle at the same time. So check those guys out. After that, we are a denim brand. We've got to have a denim shirt, and so this is a new denim shirt for the season. It's a 10-ounce denim, lightweight. We rinse it at the factory, so the fabric is rinsed in Japan, not in Canada where we cut, make, and sew. But here you'll see the contrast gray buttons with the tone-on-tone thread in the true shirt fit, as all of these are, and it's quite handsome and easy. And even though it's 10 ounces, which is a nice good weight, I think that it's easy to wear because we rinse it, and it will fall nice on the shoulders, and it'll just be comfy right off the bat. 100% cotton, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Then here we have our 3 Japanese prints at the end. Here we have an origami poplin, and if anyone knows me, they know I love origami. They know I can make a whole bunch of fun origami things. I do origami denim also, so when I found this fabric, I said we have to do it. It's got a little bit of gold print on it as well. Then you have all the origami texture on this really nice, easy to wear poplin. We have contrast white buttons, and that is a print that'll be really fun for some Japan lovers like us. And then we have the 2 kimono style prints. We do similar stuff to this every season, and they're always a hit with our fans. So we have the kimono scramble over here, and the kimono rain. 2 really simple but interesting kimono-y Japanese-y fabrics for a really good price. So check those guys out. And now let's show you the other shirts and the t-shirts. All right, everybody, so let's just review our kimonos. Even though we discussed this before, this is the Indigo Sugiaya kimono, and the Sugiaya fabric, which we reviewed in the denim section, is a beautiful 12-ounce indigo fabric, and it will fade beautifully over time. It has great texture. It has been rinse washed before in Japan, before we get our hands on it. Of course, cut, made, and sewn in Canada. And we have the tie closure, just like all kimonos. Will fall super nicely. A little bit of meat to the bones on this one, and I'm quite excited for it. Then we have the kimono scramble. You saw this shirt also available in the true shirt. We have the kimono origami lining for it as well, and these 2 are our great new kimono shirts. Then we have a few different t-shirts on offer. We have 2 shirts in white. We only have 1 sample here, but we'll show it to you first. So these are our circular knit tees with pockets. So we call them our pocket tees, of course. And this has the autumn corduroy nip and tuck seersucker fabric on the chest. We also have a white shirt with the same fabric as the lining here with the origami poplin. So that's two different white circular knit t-shirt pocket tees. In the gray, we have one, which is the gray with the kimono scramble. In black, we have two different options. Also the kimono scramble and also the 10-ounce rinse wash denim. So I think that's really great. We're a denim company. We got to have denim pockets on our black t-shirts. I will definitely be wearing that one next season. Then in our navy, we also have two options to round out the collection. And you have here the origami poplin again and the kimono rain print. So check out our circular knit pocket tees. Then after that, we have 6 different kimonos, or 5 different kimonos. Maybe we could pause over here.
Sure, yeah, I'll just start again.
So now let's take a look at our work shirts. We have 5 amazing new work shirts for you guys. And the first one here is this 2x1 Dungaree Denim. So we call it 2x1 because it's 2 warps for every 1 weft. It's a 2x1 construction rather than a 3x1, which you see on most denim. Inside, you'll see a gray neppy texture. That neppy texture comes out a little bit and makes a really special workwear kind of fabric. Here we have it in these contrast beige buttons. And of course, hidden pencil pocket like always, and same great work shirt fit. This is a size medium, that's what I would wear. Let's look at the next ones. So these two are kind of like brothers. So here you have the triple twist herringbone in blue, and we have it in forest green as well. It has the contrast buttons too. It's really quite a unique type yarn where they use 3 different yarns, twist them up into each other, and then weave. So even though it's blue, there's 3 different blues, and you see this really amazing heather all throughout. So it's almost like a 3D effect, and it's quite exciting. The same thing with the green fabric over here. And so you have all these different kind of foresty greens all mixed into one. After that, we also have in the same yarn family, these are also triple twists. I mean, look how 3D this looks like. It's so beautiful, this fabric. And they're also triple twisted, but this time in a flannel check print. Or not print, but of course, it's as you can see, it is woven, but in a flannel check motif, I should say. And you have this one in the kind of beige and blue, and then you have this reddish blue and cream colorway as well. Really handsome and easy, but a very beautiful, soft, Japanese fabric. So quite excited for these new work shirts. Thank you guys so much for your support. We really appreciate it all these 17 years. Now please stay tuned for Tammy. She's going to show you our amazing fall-winter 2025 women's collection.
Hello everyone, my name is Tammy and I'm with Naked and Famous Denim, and I'm here to show you the Fall 25 women's collection. This is our 3rd collection since we hit the reset button on women's, and I think it's our best one yet. So we're going to start with the 2x1 denim. 2x1 Dungaree denim. This is what I'm wearing. It's my favorite denim of the whole collection, and I think it has the most broadest appeal also. It's a 2x1 denim, which just means it's 2 warp yarns for every 1 weft yarn. Compared to the more common 3x1, 2x1 is just offers a little bit more breathability, but it's still more durable than a plain weave. And it's just under 10 ounces, about 9.25 ounces, so you'll definitely be able to breathe in those. I also really, really love the bright, bright blue color of this. It's so much fun, right? It's like bright blue, like old French workwear from the 1960s and 70s, and I love that so much. You'll also see we have a gray weft here, so it's not so much twill lines kind of thing peeking through, and you have this like nice neppy texture. So I love that. That's available in Gracie. So this is our new chore coat, so amazing. Don't worry, I'm not gonna get into the fabric or the fits too much right now. I'm just gonna go through the stuff, and then later at the end we'll go through the fabric or the fits. So it's available in Gracie, and in our newest fit of the collection, this is the Wide Wild West, which I love. And then it's available also in Bestie. Bestie is our cropped barrel. Love that. Okay. Next, we have the black lightweight denim. This is another lightweight option. It's 9 ounces, so it's super comfy, super breathable. Again, it has the black weft or black warp, and gray weft. So the gray weft makes it just feel like a little bit more of like a faded black denim. So yeah, so you have a faded black denim without having to like do any work, or without having, we don't have to do any processing. So, you know, I love this kind of faded black. It's kind of like Patti Smith looking. And who doesn't love Patti Smith? So that's again available in the Gracie, Wild West, or Wide Wild West, and Bestie. Okay, then you have Indigo Sugiaya. Oh, I love this so much. This is so much fun. This is like more of a statement piece. You know, a lot of times we do like really, really casual stuff, but this is like a little bit more fashion. It's so special. Like, I'm sure you've never seen something like this on the market. Sugiaya just means herringbone. So as you can see, the herringbone. The fabric is a 12-ounce fabric rinsed twill. So you know when something is fabric rinsed, it brings out the characters of the denim or the fabric. So the herringbone has like a kind of 3D texture. It's so nice. I love it. So yeah, this is like something like, this is like all over herringbone, all over, but still really, really like really beautiful, deep indigo. And because it is dyed with real indigo, it's also gonna fade, just like your jeans. So available in Gracie and Wide Wild West. Next, we have the organic faded corduroy. I love this so much. It's 100% organic, which is always my favorite because I love the environment. And it's a 9-wale cord, so it's not too thick, not too thin, just kind of like the perfect wale. And it's been fabric rinsed also for extra comfort. I love this pale blue color because it kind of like gives it like a stonewash look without having to have any of the like environmentally unfriendly processes that go along with stonewashing, right? So nice, I love it, so comfy. Available in the Wide Wild West, the Bestie, and of course, the wildly popular wide leg trouser. We introduced wide leg trouser in fall 24 and we did so amazing with it. We couldn't keep it in stock, so super fun. Anyway, I'll go into the fits later. And then it's also available in this super beautiful cobalt blue. This also, it's organic, everything the same really. But I love this blue so much too, available in all the same fits. And then you have the natural indigo denim. So natural indigo is my favorite of all our core collection. It's 12.5 ounce, 100% cotton, nice rigidity. Kind of like, it's this like mid blue color that you get from like fermenting the indigofera plant. And when it fades, it kind of gives these like nice cowboy vintage fades. So I love this so much. Gracie, Wild Wide West, and the wide leg trouser. The wide leg trouser, actually, this is like a repeat. We did this already in fall 24. And it's funny because we thought this was gonna be like a really hardcore girl. You know, it was only for like the girl who like really loves raw denim, but it had so much, oh my God, it sold so well. And just like to normal people, like to moms and like kids and like normal girls and like basically nobody was scared off by the rigidity of it. I think raw denim's like totally having a moment right now, so that's really good for us. But yeah, this is nice because it gives you the wide leg with like a nice structure, right? So I love that so much. And this is the 10 ounce. It's only available in the wide leg trouser, but this is actually, it's not the exact same fabric, but we did a similar fabric in fall 24. So it's 10 ounces, nice and hairy, like beautiful, like lightweight. We did this and we couldn't keep it in stock. Like it's our first, I think it's our very first item in women's that was just like flying off the shelves. We did three separate production runs and we sold out each time and people are still asking for it. So yeah, so we brought it back because I know that they're gonna ask for it again. And then we have this really beautiful herringbone triple twist. So basically, maybe it's hard to see on camera, but like if you see it in person, you'll see it has so many different like gradients and different colors. So what we do is we take like multiple yarns and then twist them together and then we weave the denim or weave the fabric. So you get a lot of this 3D texture. and it's just like very, very beautiful. So I love that. Available in the wide leg trouser. And in our newest shirt fit, Judy. I'm going to tell you all about Judy later, but it's named after Terry's wife, who I love and adore so much. And it's just like, oh, I love it. It's like, okay, I'll talk about the fits later. But anyway, available in Judy. Next up, we have our Judy shirt in the silk blend twill. This is so comfy. It's 42% silk, 58% cotton, and it has this like really, really vintage, lived in kind of feel. It's so comfortable. Fun fact about silk is that it's actually a really durable fabric. You know, you think about silk and you're like, oh, so silk dress and like whatever, and it's like so fragile, but it's actually super, super durable, especially when it's woven with other fibers. It's also a really good fabric insulator, so you'll be super, super cold or cool in the summer months, and you'll be super, super cozy in the winter months. It's actually warmer than wool, though that's what they say. Isn't that weird? Okay, next we have the soft, what is this called? The soft flannel check. Soft flannel check. Sorry, there's so many names, I'm forgetting everything. I really love this too. This is also very vintage appeal. I love this kind of ice blue with gray and beige colorway. It's just so nice and like beautiful. And see, fabric's kind of like hairy and cozy. Margiela used this fabric too, way more expensive there. But anyway, I love this so much. I love it so much. Then we have you saw this already in the green. This is the herringbone triple twist. So again, we take the multiple yarns, twist them together, and then weave after that. Look how beautiful. All the different indigos and the white. Love it. Then we have Kimono Rain, which is just one of our traditional kimono prints. Rainfall. And then the black lightweight denim that you saw over there. Wait, something's wrong. Oh no, nothing's wrong. I thought there was like 3 sleeves. Anyway, I love this so much. Again, it's just like really, really cool, black but faded. Love it. Okay, so we're back into some denims. This is the Max Brush Selvedge. Look at this. Look how cozy, look how fuzzy. So this is probably the coziest, softest jean we've ever made. It's we started out with the left-hand twill base. Left-hand twill is like, you know, just one of our basic core favorite fabrics. So we started out with that, and then we changed the construction to a broken twill. It's the diagonal weave. And then what we did was we took this big, huge commercial brush and we brushed it, scratched it all the way up, and then brushed it all the way back down. And that's what gives it this like beautiful brushed kind of like soft loveliness. The reason we did the broken twill is because if you still had the like twill lines, it would have like distracted from the coziness. So the broken twill was really important for that. I love this so much. And the funny thing is, like, when people put this on, they'd be like, oh, so comfortable. And I thought, oh, it's just in your head, right? Because it's just on the outside. But in reality, the denim does become softer because when you brush it, it kind of like opens up the denim, right? So it is actually really, really cozy. So, oh, then we have like the suede patch, all soft and cozy to go along with the soft and coziness. And then the white Selvedge edge. And this comes in True Girl. Next we have the Dia de los Muertos. And again, if you remember, this is our 100% Mexican jean. So it's made with 100% Mexican upland cotton, which is like super, super hard to get and import into Japan. So that was like a major feat. So just there, I don't know if you remember, but the origin of the Dias de los Muertos jean, we have our Chinese New Year jean that we always do, right? And so that's our thing, like every year we have like a new Chinese New Year jean. And one of our customers was like, hey, why don't we do the Day of the Dead? And we're like, okay, so we did it. And so this is super fun. It has like this patch here is designed by a tattoo artist from Mexico City called Jose Ruiz. His tattoo name's Koopa. So as you can see, this skeleton here, he's being guided by this dog. So in Mexican culture, dogs are actually like, they kind of like guide you through the underworld. So this guy's like on the way to like party time in the underworld with the dog. And so you see the little agave plants and stuff, very Mexican. And then what's extra Mexican is the Selvedge edge. It's the Mexican serape blanket there, and obviously there. So cool, right? And then it has like kind of a short slub denim, so it's gonna give like a really gritty kind of texture and a good fade when you get the fades. 12.5 ounces, super nice. Available in True Girl. And then we have our solid black selvage. So who doesn't love solid black selvage? Everybody loves solid black selvage, but in women's, we have rinsed it, so it's a little bit more soft and comfy. It's 13 ounces fabric, it's rinsed, red selvage edge. There's all this stuff everywhere, oops. But yeah, this is available in True Girl and Supergirl if you want a slimmer fit. Next we have our stretch selvage. So this also is one of our fan favorites. We have it in the men's, but we always did really well with the stretch selvage in Boyfriend and in Max. So we are bringing it over to the girls in True Girl and Supergirl now. It's super cool, fades really well. 12.5 ounces, red selvage edge. Yeah, so we love that. It's got 2% stretch, so if you want raw denim but you don't want to be too uncomfortable, this is the way to go. You're going to get fades and you're going to get them super fast too. Available in True Girl and Supergirl. And last but not least, we have our Dirty Elephant. So Elephant 14, this is our 14th iteration of Elephant, and it's our 3rd time doing Elephant for women. We kind of were like, oh, I don't know, do girls really like that? So we just tried it out a little bit for the first time, like a couple years ago, and it did so amazing. 13 did so amazing too, and so 14 is, I think, going to do even more amazing. I really love the Dirty Elephant. It's 20 ounces, and it's actually, you guys know the Dirty Fade, but I'll just, if you forgot, basically the indigo warp yarns start out kind of like with a brown dusty undertone instead of white. So as it fades, it's just gonna have a little bit of like a subtler fade, not as like contrasty, but really cool. And of course we have the vegetable tan patch, super thick patch for super hardcore girls, 20 ounces. Yeah, just like amazing, right? And like red selvage edge look at that, so pretty. So yeah, we have some hardcore girls. There's Malloy, and there's, what's her name? I forgot, but I forgot the other one. Yes, Carol. Anyway, so we love those girls, and we love our collection. Thank you so much. And oh wait, I'm gonna go over the fits. Okay, so let's move on. Let's talk about fits now. I'm gonna start with tops first. This is Gracie. So this is our women's chore coat. There's not a lot of women's chore coats on the market. So if you really want a like cool chore coat, you usually end up getting like a men's one. And it's usually kind of like a bit too long and the shoulders are kind of like a bit in the wrong place, but you're like, oh, this is cool, so I'm gonna wear it anyway. But now you can have a chore coat that fits you and flatters you. It's not cropped, but it's cut exactly to like complement like our shapely bodies. So yeah, it's super cool. It has like 2 needle construction everywhere for durability. It has this secret pocket on the inside. So for your dog treats or your drugs or your cigarettes or your whatever you carry around. And just some background on why it's called Gracie. So we've decided to call women's tops. We've decided to name them after women we love. And Gracie is actually an old lady that I visit at a nursing home. And the reason I decided to call it after an old lady is because we had the ladies upstairs making our chore coats. And it's not that they're old, but most of them are 60 plus, right? So, you know, because like the needle trade, right? Like all the workers are usually like a little bit on the older side. And so they all loved this chore coat so much. And I was like, oh my God, should we call it Granny? Like, I know it sounds mean, but so we're saying, oh, should we call it Granny? But we didn't call it Granny. And then Charbel was like, oh my God, why don't you name it after one of the ladies at your nursing home? So I was like, oh my God, Grace Richardson. So Grace Richardson is one of my favorite ladies. She used to like not even talk when I started going, but now she like talks and it's amazing and we have so much fun and she's actually an author. Anyway, long story. So I decided to call it Gracie. So Gracie, our chore coat for women. Love that. Next you have Judy. So Judy is another lovely lady that we love. Judy's actually Terry's wife. I don't know if you know Terry. You probably know Terry, but if you don't, he's our warehouse guy for Tata and Yoko. We love him, but we love Judy even more. She's a PhD student and she's studying all the time and so much work, and she does like research on like at the like Jean Talon Market. She's always having to go out and do like field research stuff. So she's so busy, and she has to look good, right? But she has to be comfy too. So that's why we called this shirt Judy, after Judy. So it has like a nice little spread collar, and it has like a box pleat on the back yoke just to give it a little bit more of an oversized, roomy look, but it's not super oversized. It's an oversized shirt without being like a sloppy, oversized shirt. So I think this is kind of like a perfect shirt. I love it. I'm gonna wear it all the time. Okay, so that's Judy. Then we're moving on to the pants. Wide leg trousers. So this is not new, so some of you already know it. Oh, I was just steaming it and I got water, so sorry about that. I didn't pee. So this is a mid-rise. The pleats, actually they line up exactly with the belt loops, so that really gives a slimming effect, which is really nice. And then, so it's 11.5-inch rise, and then it goes down to like a really, really wide leg. This is 12.5 inches. Perfectly placed patch pockets in the back. It's mid-rise, but some people, like we had this on the market already for fall 24, so we already know it works. And some girls love to wear it lower, so all you have to do is size up if you want to wear it lower. But if you want to like look, you know, whatever, how it's supposed to look, then you can wear it. You can wear your proper size. So I love that. Next, we have our brand new fit, Wide Wild West. I love this. This is like a 5-pocket straight wide leg. There's like a lot of demand for that fit right now. And as much as we love the wide leg trousers, sometimes girls just want to have like a 5-pocket, you know, classic 5-pocket jean, no pleats, no nothing. This is a mid-rise. It's 12-inch rise, so it sounds like it's super high, but actually the hip measurement is like larger, so even though it sounds like a high rise, it actually sits pretty like low on your hips. Oh, like me, see? Anyway, so yeah, so it's a 12-inch rise, and it has a 10 3/4 inch leg opening. Wide straight leg, Wide Wild West. Garrett doesn't like the name, but I do. Okay. Next we have Bestie. So Bestie is actually supposed to be like our version of Easy Guy, because we didn't want to call it Easy Girl, but it's a cropped barrel. So it's mid-rise, also 11.5 inches, and it is pretty wide through the leg, and then tapers down to like a 6.5-inch leg opening. It's going to be 29 inches inseam, so it's nice cropped barrel. You know, sometimes, you know, wide legs are really popular right now, but sometimes you just feel too sloppy depending on the day, right? So cropped barrel is cool because it's like slim enough to be like flattering, but still relaxed enough to be like super cool and relaxed and not like tight, right? So I actually really like the Bestie. Bestie's like, you know, you could just, the reason we call it Bestie is because it's gonna be like your best friend. You can always just like, oh, I need to have something old reliable, and you grab your Bestie and you put it on and you look good. So that is Bestie. And then True Girl. True Girl is our counterpart to True Guy. So it's a higher rise, straight leg. So this is 12 inches. I know it sounds the same as the other one, but because it's a selvage edge, it's got a smaller hip measurement. So it's very, very straight. So it's like a high rise and straight leg all the way down to an 8-inch leg opening. So I actually love True Girl. True Girl for me, because I really like a high rise because it makes my legs look longer and they're really short. So this is, you know, this is my favorite, but these are really fun too. So True Girl. And last but not least, we have Supergirl, which is the women's equivalent to the Super Guy. So it's a slim taper. It is a mid-rise, 11-inch rise, and then all the way down to a 6.5-inch leg opening. And this is not a tight jean per se. It's a slim taper. So it accentuates the shape of your legs. Like it emphasizes the shape of your legs, like it follows it, like you're like, oh, that's a leg, but it's not tight. So it's not gonna stick to your legs. So you're still gonna be comfy and everything's gonna be flattering. So I think that is it. We have come to the end of Fall 25. Thank you for taking the time with me. I know I sometimes ramble on about nothing. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, let me know, and we will see you next time. Bye.